everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Wintuition MTG. My name's Wyatt, and today we're going to be playing some Artisan EDH for you. Now, you may ask, what is Artisan? Artisan is any card that has ever been common or uncommon on any form of Magic Arena online, Magic the Gathering online, or in paper, means it's legal for us to play. But before we get into that, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors today, TOA Magic. You can visit their website, toamagic.com, to view their over 100,000 different listings. They've got things all the way from Power 9 down to any common or uncommon you might be looking for, like things for your Artisan deck. And if you would like to support both us and them, you can use our code WINTUITION at checkout to get 5% off on your entire order. Once again, that's toamagic.com. Eternal lives here. Now, let's go ahead and get into the game today. We'll have 2 decks brewed by myself and 2 decks that were brewed by my friend Seth. Hopefully you enjoy. Today on one of my 2 decks, we have Zach playing Nasty Tatty. I am playing Rocco Cabaretti Caterer, or Rocco's Modern Strife. Seth is playing Keskit Toggo. It's not a boulder, it's a rock. And we have CJ, who's playing Far Traveler and Ganax Astral Hunter, Boris Blinkers.
We're gonna play an island. We're gonna pass.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Sacred Peaks, tapped and pass.
Card. I will go ahead and play a Evolving Wilds, and I'll just crack it for a swamp and pass.
I'll draw. Play a Wind-Scarred Crag, it enters tapped, and I gain a life. I am in the lead, boys. Pass.
New threat unlocked. I'll play Forest. Tap for 2 for an Explorer. Okay. Put a Forest into play and pass.
And I got a swamp tapped off of that Evolving Wilds.
I'll untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play a Forest as my land for turn. I'll tap 2 and play a Selesnya Signet. And I'll pass the turn.
I'll untap. I'll draw. You know you're greedy for that untapped mana if you're playing Signets in a green deck. I'll play a Mountain, and I'll tap for 2 and cast a Mind Stone. I'll tap the Mind Stone for 1 and cast a Expedition Map. And I'll pass the turn.
Suspend the Atraxi Warden.
For 5. Play Forest. We're gonna realize I'm an idiot for playing that Forest. And tap for 3 for a Tireless Provisioner. Yep, I'm dumb. Not my brain ain't in it today. Tap for 1 blue. Mystic Remora.
Alright.
Pass. Wanted to do it last turn, but I drew an extra Forest on an extra island.
There you go, yeah.
Draw for 10. Land for turn's gonna be a Mountain. I'm gonna tap for 2 and play a Goblin, a Necromancer. All my green and red spells cost 1 less to cast.
In Pauper, they call her Annie.
That's kind of cool.
Any the Narcomancer.
Yeah.
I don't really want to feed Zach a card, but I feel like this is worth just generically having out in general. I'm going to tap for 2 and play a Ground Seal.
Yep.
So it enters, or well, you'll draw, and then I'll draw a card when it enters, and cards in graveyards can't be a target to spells or abilities. I'll pass turn.
Alright, I will untap. I'll draw. I'll tap for 3. I will cast Toggo, Goblin, Weaponsmith. Then I'll go ahead and play my land feature. I will play a Myriad Landscape. When that enters the battlefield, I'll go ahead and make a rock token from Toggo. It is, in fact, the rock token. And I will pass the turn.
Untap, drop. I will play an Evolving Wilds, and I will tap. I will grab a Mountain. I am going to pass the turn.
Oh, make sure you tick down your attract.
Yeah, true.
Now we have a decision to make.
You need to pay for that fish?
You don't need it.
I'm not feeding it again.
I'm not feeding it.
I might call your bluff on that.
Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, because unless I specifically top deck a land, I can't cast Tatyova, so we're going to pay the 1. And on that note, tap 3. For Springbloom Druid. Assuming that resolves, we're going to sack a forest, go get an island and a forest.
That'd kill to be able to play a Springbloom Druid in this deck.
Alright, so Springbloom Druid will get me an island or a forest. We have 2 Tireless Provisioner triggers, getting 2. Thank you, sir.
Sure you don't want to make food?
2 treasures. I'm reasonably certain I do not want food tokens.
Some days you want to make food.
Some days, but not today. And I will just happily keep that 2 mana open. And we're set at 3 at CJ.
What?
Full. It's for last game. I'm going to pass.
Hey, we don't hold grudges, but this isn't even really the same format.
That's true.
Look.
Cold Crunch's
I'm not gonna.
format.
I'm not gonna hit CJ first.
Lost my mind.
Buying Boardwalk in
Monopoly.
Monopoly last week.
Okay. I'm going to Forest. Exit will be 3, and it costs 1 less because of Goblin and Necromancer, so I'll pay 5 total. And I will cast Rocco, a Cabaret Caterer. On ATB, I'm going to go find and put a Nisa Enchantress into play.
There it is.
And I'll
Secret
pass.
commander of
The
the
Secret
deck.
Commander.
On top. I'll draw. Is there still a fish in play? There is.
There
There
is.
is a fish in play.
I hate that.
It's just one card.
For what it's worth, he's only drawn 1 so far, so it's not like too crazy.
I'll play a swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Toggo trigger. I will make a rock. We'll just go ahead and crack my Myriad Landscape now. I'll get 2 basic mountains. Right, so I got my 2 basic mountains off of the Myriad Landscape. I'll go ahead.
You get 2 rocks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I meant to do that.
He's rocked up.
I'll pay 2, 1, 2, and cast a Sunshot Militia. It's a 1/3, so I can tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures I control that have deal 1 damage to each opponent. Activate only at sorcery speed. I will go ahead and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to deal 3 to each opponent. And I'll pass the turn.
Well, I'm going to give him 1 card.
That's fine.
Overflowing Chalice on 2. Jeez. To go down on impending counters.
I mean, so far, being good for 1 on mana with this is enough.
Go ahead.
Last time we had impending counters, and I was calling them suspend counters, and now we have spend counters, and they're impending
Pending. Yeah.
Tap, upkeep. That's too risky.
I just
Let
put
it go.
Hushwing Griff in my deck.
Gitaxian Pro.
Me?
Seth, yeah.
It's not reveal, yeah, so...
Yeah.
Unless he chooses to.
pretty innocuous, I like to think.
And then I will draw a card with that. I will play that Forest Sinister, making a treasure. Again, dumb. Should have done Tatyova first. Oh well. Tatyova, in response.
Nope. Okay.
Wow. I crack all 3 treasures. To cast a hero. Sack
That's pretty
Forest.
good.
Yep.
Divination, sacrifice a land, get 2 lands, gain 2. That'd be the best 3-mana instant of all time.
Alrighty. Hero's gonna get me 2 more forests. Make 2 treasures. Where did the token I literally just had?
in your
Oh, in the graveyard. And then we have 2 Tatyova triggers. 2. Blasted. Tap 1 for a soaring. Tap for green, casting a crop rotation. Sacking not the forest. Alright, crop rotation's gonna get me an island. Another treasure, draw another card, gain another life. And berry. Island and 2 for Ristic Study.
Oh god. Yeah, that one's rough.
Yes.
Believe it or not, the Rakdos deck cannot deal with that.
We good on that?
Yeah.
Alright.
We just gotta gang up on them for a bit.
That's valid. I don't blame you in the slightest.
No, you only drew 40 cards. So
Oh, he's ramping.
5, yeah.
One. Sack 2. Do a solve the equation.
Oh no.
Yeah, the response is...
You could be getting kind of close with that, right? I guess he would still need other things. But...
Depending on what he reveals, we can then make some educated guesses. I do have this, which is now going to be strictly better to sit on instead of using specifically on the Tatyova.
Also, that ground seal gives me problems
Right.
for a lot of what this wants to do.
Yeah, because you can't get Ghostly Flicker back.
Correct.
Yeah, you should be able to bounce it or something first, though.
I think we go a little safer. Let me go with that. We're going to grab a Neoform.
That's fair.
I don't think anybody has ever said Neoform is fair. That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I said safe. He said fair.
I was just referring to the assessment of it being safer.
Uh-huh. I was just playing.
We'll offer cut.
Here you go.
Neoform goes to hand. We will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play my land for turn as a mountain. I'm going to tap for 2 here, and I'm going to cast Open the Armory. Will pay for Ristic Study. I'm going to reveal Lignify. It enchants a creature and turns it into a 0/4 tree folk with no ability. I'm then going to tap for 1 green because it costs less due to Goblin and Necromancer, and I'm going to attempt to Lignify Tatyova. I do have a cast trigger on my Mesa Enchantress.
Are you paying 1 for the...
Actually, are you paying the 1?
No, you can draw on that one. I have to feed him a card.
Well,
To keep other stuff up. Tatyova will turn into a tree folk for the time being. Or I just pass.
on tap. My rock and his millions and millions.
I like to think that with the one creature you played last turn, every time you tap the rock tokens, it's just a rock. Circle slapping the table. It's not for a lot of damage, but you remember it.
I'll draw a card. I will play a swamp. This is a different kind of rock. It's not a boulder, it's a rock.
It's a rock.
Exactly. Man. There's still that pesky heuristic study in play. I will pay 3. So I'll pay for the heuristic study. So I have 3 floating. I'll tap 2 rocks with the Sunshot Militia to deal everyone 1. I'll cast a Fanatical Offering, paying the 1 to sacrifice a rock, draw 2 cards, and make a map token. I'll pay 4 to pay the 1 and cast Keskit, the Flesh Sculptor. Then I will go ahead. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rock and Expedition Map. 1, 2 rocks, 2 map and Toggo, 3 Sunshot and Keskit, 4. Everyone takes 4. And I will pass.
Untap, so keep draw. Go 2, go 4, 5, cast Smart Commander.
Hey everybody, CJ accidentally miscounted his mana here and cast Ganax for 1 less than he should have. It doesn't actually end up mattering in the long run of the game though.
When Nex enters or another dragon enters, I under my control create treasure token. I'll create my treasure token.
Did you want to pay for heuristic?
Nope. I'm not gonna pay for this one either. I'm gonna use that treasure token, cast my secondary commander. Boom.
Fair.
We out here. And then go down to 2. Go ahead.
All right. Tap 4. Leave colorless up. We're going to snap Tatyova back to my hand.
That's fine.
Lignify the graveyard.
Zach forgot to untap 2 lands to his snap here, but he's so ahead that once again doesn't end up mattering.
6, 3, 5. 5 for Tatyova. We'll play Nihilist Land for turn.
Trigger on the stack.
Yep.
I'm going to pay 1 for heuristic on that path, Tatyova.
Okay.
I think we just got to keep her off the board for a bit.
Still making my treasure.
You still get your draw trigger to gain your life, yeah.
Well, in this case, you might as well just, even if I can't refill my hand off it, might as well just ramp really hard to Summer Bloom.
Yep.
Get a Terramorphic Expanse, an island,
So glad I killed Tatyova.
and Evolving Wilds. 3 more treasures. 7. She just costs 7 at this point. I say that like that's not a ridiculous number. Sack out my treasures. Tatyova.
Yep.
Crack Evolving Wilds. Oh. Make a treasure. Gain a life, draw a card. Back Terramorphic. Alright. Island enters. Draw a card.
I got to get rid of the provisioner too.
Say did do my original land drop.
What's Provisioner's toughness?
2.
It makes some treasures whenever the lands enter.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's done its work at this point. I'd pass the point of carry and have enough mana on play to start actually doing things coming up. I'm gonna pass.
Yep.
The issue is that there's like 3 problem permanents over there.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do.
Plains, sorry. And then I'm going to tap that Plains and cast Hyena Umbra, targeting Matient Enchantress. Trigger, I'm going to draw a card.
What does the Hyena Umbra do?
+1/+1 for Strike and Totem Armor.
Such a good card.
Are you paying
For heuristic. Yeah, I think I have to.
That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to tap for 2, like this, making a green and a white, and tap for 1 to pay for Trace of Abundance, enchanting my forest, gives it Shroud. Whenever it's tapped for mana, add an additional 1 mana of any color. On cast, I will draw 1 card. Any responses? Nope. I'm going to tap for 2, 3. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to pay for this one, but I'm going to cast an Unquestioned Authority targeting a Mesa Enchantress.
What's that?
Pro creatures and ETB draw a card.
So, heuristic study, draw.
Oh no, that makes her immune to rocks, because technically the creatures deal damage.
So, I cracked both treasures.
Sure.
Probably should have just killed her when I had the chance.
Arcane Denial.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Then he doesn't have answers for other stuff. Combat, he was 3. Chin 3.
I'll take 3.
Pass.
And then we both draw.
On my upkeep, yeah. I'll go ahead and play a Maestro's Theater. When it enters, I will gain a life and make a rock. And then I sacrifice it and go and get a swamp or a mountain. I will get a mountain. It'll enter. I'll make a rock.
What art is that rock token?
Which one?
The one there.
It's not a rock. It's not a boulder. It's a rock. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
It's up from a SpongeBob episode where they literally ride a rock around like it's a car.
Over.
And they run over Squidward.
I spent like a whole Saturday afternoon once making all of these.
And they're pretty great.
I love them. I'll play a Lembus.
And plainly.
I'll pay 3 so that you don't have to draw. I'll pay the extra 1.
I mean, I didn't have to draw to begin with.
When it enters the battlefield, I'll scry 1 and draw a card. I'll bottom it. Tap my Lembus in a rock to deal 1 to everybody. And then I will tap 2 more rocks to deal 1 more to each opponent. I will then tap Keskit to sacrifice 3 other artifacts and or creatures. I'll sacrifice the Lembus and 2 rocks. When Lembus is put into my graveyard from the battlefield, I shuffle it back in. I will look at the top 3.
Top deck removal. Big money.
I will put a geothermal bog into the graveyard. I'll pay 1 to equip a rock to Toggo. And I'll pay 1 to equip a rock to Keskit. Or not Keskit, sorry. Sunshot Militia.
Tap the rocks.
I will
deal
tap
damage.
these 2 rocks to ping everyone for 1.
Sure.
I forgot that only the creatures tap. And then I will do 1 to sack both these rocks to do 4 total to Tatyova.
Bless up. And now CJ can do him in the air. He already
He
could.
could have done that to begin with.
And now he can do it harder.
That's fine. I
I
don't think I
will
need Tattoo at this point. So,
tap a rock and a map token to ping everyone from 1 for 1. And I'll pass the turn.
I will go 3 in the air at Zach.
A crazy.
Tap for 5. Play the Cloud Goat Ranger. I make 3 1/1 Kithkin soldiers. And then move to end step, trigger the background Far Traveler. This will blink. Comes in. And then I make a treasure.
for my draw step, I'm going to look at tap for green to Worldly Tutor.
Okay.
Any responses?
Nope. What did you reveal?
Reveal a Eternal Witness.
Sure.
Put it on top, and then weirdly enough, I'm going to draw that card.
Okay.
Tap another green, tap for 2. Beast Within the Ground Seal. You have 3/3.
Yep.
We'll play Command Towers, land per turn, and make a treasure. Green, 1. Eternal Witness. Going for solve the equation.
Yeah, now we took off the wheel lock there.
3 for solve the equation.
Okay.
Reveal a Ghostly Flicker. 3 for the Ghostly Flicker.
Okay. I think you missed sequence.
I think I did too, but it is what it is. Grab the island, and then we'll hit the Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness will snag.
What's your other target?
The
The
island.
island.
Yeah, you need it to Neoform first, get the Drake, and then go off.
Yeah.
Because you had enough mana to Neoform the 2 times necessary, and then the Drake would untap your lands, which would let you solve into...
We'll get the Arcane Denial back to hand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just kind of live to see another day.
And then we will 2 for Talisman Curiosity. And pass.
Untap. Upkeep, draw.
God, why it makes you play blue?
You have up Arcane Denial mana, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
Play a forest as my land for turn. I'm going to tap for 5, and I'm going to cast a Runes of the Deus.
Oh, no.
Targeting Goblin and Acromancer. It actually costs 1 less. Responses, it will give it double strike because it's red, and trample because it's green, and it'll get +2/+2.
Are you paying the 1
For wrist stick?
his wristic? Yeah.
No, I will not be. I'll also draw a card on cast trigger for Mason Enchantress. Okay, I'm going to tap for 2. I'm going to cast an All That Glitters, targeting Goblin and Acromancer. Give a +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment I control. Cast trigger Mesa Enchantress. Cast trigger Ristic Study.
Oh, technically his cast trigger was first.
I won't pay. You can draw. So it's +7/+7 with double strike and trample.
That is problematic. Okay. Yeah, we're going to Archive denial that.
Sure. This means you'll have answers for their turn. Hopefully. Still don't swear. I'm going to tap at 3 and play Beastmaster's Mage Mark. It gives it +1/+1, and creatures I control that are enchanted just get the +1/+1, but whenever a creature I control is enchanted becomes blocked, it's +1/+1 for each creature blocking it. Cast trigger, draw card. Cast trigger. Won't pay. It's now 5/5. Double strike and trample. I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to swing my 3/3 and my 5/5 at you, Zach. I would also like to declare Rocco attacking you. Final answer.
Got the final answer.
Yeah, because I might as well swing.
I'll chump the 3.
Yeah, it's fair.
No.
Oh,
you keep him on field. I'm chumping the
Sounds
token.
good. Sounds good. Take the same amount of damage, pass turn.
All right, I'll untap.
I weakened him up, boys. If you can damage him, CJ can dome him.
Yeah, then we have to worry about Mr. Runes of the Dais over here. I'm going to tap my map and a rock to ping my opponents for 1. I'll pay 2 to cast a Deadly Dispute. I'll sacrifice a rock. I'll choose not to pay the 1.
Wow, sacrifice the minute.
Yeah, it's probably marginally better. And I'll draw 2 cards. I will play a Great Furnace as my land for turn and make a rock. I'll tap these rocks to ping my opponents for 1.
I think you can functionally put him at 6 this turn.
Sack the map and the rocks to do my Keskit activate ability. I'll put an Arid Archway in the graveyard. I'll tap 3. I will cast a Mayhem Devil.
That could help a lot.
Cast trigger.
I guess theoretically responsive.
Going to respond to the cast on that.
Okay.
Sack for
Real quick, what trigger do you have going on the stack? Just for
It's just the.
Okay. Just wanted to say.
casting a mystical tutor.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, in response to that,
Top, right?
it does. Would you like to pay for Ristic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
I'll pay with this new to me.
Put a Force of Will on top.
Okay, Force of Will on top. I will pay the 1.
Yeah.
Just Liquid Metal Torque paying the 1. Mishra's Bauble paying the 1. Funny enough, I had that in my opening hand, and I was like, it's usually better to sandbag it, wait till I have some better opportunities, and then there was a Ristic Study in play, so it's been
like
strictly worse the whole game.
whole game, yeah.
Is there anything like with 1 toughness?
You should ping his face, I think. You could ping his E
I want to do my math first, but here's what I'll do. There's no reason why I can't do that at instant speed. So I'm just going to tap these 2 to ping, and then my treasure, my expedition map to ping.
2 total?
Oh, yeah,
3
we're just going to do 2.
Okay.
We're just going to do 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll pass.
Atraxia Warden will come into play. I'll destroy this.
Exile it.
Exile.
Paying for Wistic?
No. I'm gonna play this Chiron Negotiations.
Oh no!
You know, with the flickering
What are you talking about?
This is really bad.
It's
this
not
is
bad.
really bad.
Out of curiosity, what is that?
Tap a creature, untap creature control, deal 1 damage to target player. It's fine.
No response. Ristic Study
Hey, I
trigger.
can tell you it's not gonna go at you. I'm not gonna tap and deal damage to you.
With flying damage.
I need something to deal with them.
Ristic.
You already have the Force of Will in hand. So I mean, I'll give you another.
Have a storm card.
I'll give you another card. I don't care. If you counter it, you counter it. At that point, you're just essentially king making.
Well, no. Because
But then it sets me
how
back
much
because
damage do you have in the air? Does that get haste?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how suspend works.
Okay, I did not remember that.
Creatures
I see.
get haste when they come down.
I see.
Honestly, didn't realize that I had flying. So that's unfortunate because I would have forced that.
Unfortunately, though,
might be able to kill
if you
2
force
people
that,
with
you
I
would.
doubt.
He could have just got you with that.
Yeah, but I'm still more likely to come out ahead on that.
That's true.
You have 8.
The problem is I think do or don't. I think I
air.
effectively king making here regardless.
And then you
I
have
mean, if you don't, how's that king making?
4.
Because I think you just killed him regardless.
Not necessarily. I don't win the game.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
at
he
22.
wins.
It may not
He's
be
at
on
41.
It may not be on this turn, but I think you win in the next cycle.
I mean, I have 10 coming back at me. If he does play any more other creatures, I have to. He has trample. I can't. It's like I cannot actively target.
I don't think he can. He might be able to kill 2 players. Let's see. Because there's 5.
So I'm not gonna counter it.
Okay. I don't know what this goes and gets. But I kind of want to go see.
Oh.
I'll give you another card. Steel Shaper's Gift.
It gets Blade of Selves.
Oh God.
That's a good target.
Oh, or Skull Clamp, both of which are very good on your board.
I think I need Skull Clamp because I have like no cards in it. We'll play the Skull
Play
Clamp.
on that. Oh,
Play Skull Clamp we search for. You can draw off the Skull Clamp if you'd like.
Yep.
I'm gonna move to combat and swing 6 in the air at Wyatt. And I'm gonna swing 3 in the air at you because you're at a healthy life total still.
Yeah.
And those would be my attacks.
I take 6.
3, right? You said 3,
3.
right?
Yep. Then I'm gonna tap 3 and deal 3 damage to you.
Yeah.
Get you down a little lower. And then I'm gonna use this treasure to equip one of those. I don't know why I didn't attack with that. Oh well.
The Chiron Negotiations can't target creatures. If that's
No. Mayhem Devil 1 is treasure.
Oh, on his treasure.
So just destroy one of these.
Think you hit that, just to be safe.
I'm just gonna ping CJ.
Sure.
I guess that's fair.
Move to end step. We're gonna flicker this. Kill your goblin.
Sure.
Exiles, yeah.
Now the deck's doing what it's supposed to do.
Pass turn.
Chiron Negotiations is such a cool card in that deck.
yeah. Draw for turn.
And there's both of the guys that make 1/1s equal to your devotion to white when they entered. You can get really silly with those.
Pretty hot.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's honestly a pretty great limited card.
Mm-hmm. Tatyova.
Tatyova for 11.
No responses.
You still have like a healthy 5 mana left.
We're gonna play a Mystic Sanctuary later.
Oh, God. Target.
Ghostly Flicker.
Yeah.
Okay, you have 2 ETB triggers.
Yeah.
How would you like to stack them? You have a Tatyova and a Mystic Sanctuary.
I have 3 TV triggers.
You do have 3
Tireless.
TBs.
We will go for the Mystic Sanctuary resolving first.
I guess so it goes on last.
Yeah, so it'll be, in order going on the stack, we will do Tireless Provisioner, Tatyova, Mystic Sanctuary.
Okay.
So,
Target for Mystic Sanctuary.
will be the Ghostly Flicker.
Okay, I have a response.
Okay.
I'm going to sacrifice my Mishra's Bauble, which will create a Mayhem Devil trigger. I'm going to target Eternal Witness to ping it for 1.
I think we're fine with
And I'll look at the top card of Wyatt's library. Okay.
Yeah, we're fine with that. Treasure.
Yep.
Because I think that was my window.
Ghostly Flicker.
Treasure Cruise them.
Good.
Treasure Cruise.
Okay, draw 3.
Oh dear. Oh, we still haven't seen the Force of Will, have we?
Nope.
Oh, that sucks. I hate that.
3. We will Ghostly Flicker
Target.
2 islands.
Okay. No responses.
No, you're good.
Very good. Draw 2, gain 2.
Make 2.
2 treasures.
Oh my god, I am not hitting any of the things that are worth hitting.
It's basically inspired tinkering.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I do have to pass. So we're going to move to discard. Yeah.
I have the turn Mount or Forest, sorry.
This feels really weird is we're going to discard that Neoform. We're going to get rid of a Kadama's Reach, an Island, a Neoform, Secure Tribe Scout, Rampant Growth, Sacred Scaled Herbalist, Esper Panorama, and a Forest.
Okay. I'm gonna, on my main one, tap for 4 and play Sage's Riviere. Targeting Mason Enchantress. When it enters the battlefield, I draw a card for each aura that's attached to a creature, which would be 1. And then enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura I control that's attached to a creature.
Does it say each other aura?
Just as each aura.
So you would get 2.
So
I do have a cast trigger first, though.
does she have hexproof or anything at the moment?
She has totem armor.
She has totem armor.
And totem armor is if she would die, correct?
Yeah.
Back, yeah.
If she would die, you sacrifice the
So
enchantment instead.
I will respond.
Okay. You're doing this on top of my cast trigger?
On top of the cast of this.
And I'm going to pay for your heuristic as well.
Okay. I'm gonna reality shift nice enchantress.
Dang.
Okay. And a manifest?
Yep.
Right?
Manifest.
Okay, so that's one. This one goes there. What's it? Okay. This is exiled. That fizzles. I'm fine with eating removal because then hopefully it opens you guys up for stuff. Like, it's whatever. Obviously, it's not ideal, but I'm going to play 2 and then 1 for wrist stick and play Jukai Naturalist. And then I'm going to tap for, well, I'll just use this and make a green and a white, paying 1 for wrist stick and play Slumbering Keep Guard.
What does that one do?
Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, make a choice. Scry 1, and then I can pay 2 and a white to give him +1/+1 for each enchantment I control turn to turn.
Oh, it's pretty good.
It's really good as a body enchant. I'm gonna move to combat and declare a 3/3 and a 3/1 going at Zach.
Yeah, it's probably a waste doing this, but we're gonna go for it anyways. I will declare Tatyova in front of the 3/3.
Anything before damage?
Before damage, I will pay 1 to shore up, giving her +1/+1 hexproof until end of turn.
Sure.
And then I'll take 3.
That was a healing salve. Like an OG 1 white gain 3 life.
Pass the turn. Get him, boys.
Alright, I'll untap.
Rattle his bones.
They've been rattled for a while now.
You gotta end the game somehow. Start down to people.
What do you... I've been trying. I feel like I've done so much damage.
You've definitely done the most damage.
CJ is getting there too. CJ is doing a lot of damage too.
I have ranked.
For what it's worth, if we weren't 3v1ing you, I think you just would have won by now.
Yeah,
to be fair, if
no
I had
doubt.
this sequence as bad as I did,
Yeah,
I also might have.
that's
But I
also
also,
true.
I don't know that I would have sequenced
You
it
still
right
have
anyways.
a force of will in hand. Hey.
Just force it out. It's fine. That's what I was doing with this.
Then how do I win? That's the question.
Well, we gotta stop him. That's step 1.
Sack your treasure, sack your mind stone, crack your expedition map. That's 3. Swing for
That's fair.
5.
Tap your stuff to dome him.
I can't.
Nope, I got rid of it
Why wouldn't you wait until after we kill him?
because it was also hurting me.
By you're still at 21 though.
Oh, only 21.
Mountain. Make a rock. Tap this for a colorless, and then go 1/2. Not paying for Ristic Study. I'll cast a glaring Flesh Raker.
What's that do?
Whenever I cast a colorless spell, I make a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn, and then whenever another colorless creature enters under my control, it deals 1 to each opponent. I'll go ahead and pay 2 to cast a Mirror Retriever.
Okay.
Is this good?
Gets an artifact out of your graveyard.
When it
When it
dies.
It does. What's in your graveyard currently?
That I could get with it? Mishra's Bauble. Just Mishra's Bauble. Okay. When I cast it, I make an Eldrazi spawn. When a colorless creature enters, it deals 1 to each opponent. So this enters and deals 1. Mirror Retriever enters and deals 1.
You should take 2 there, Wyatt.
Oh, you're right. Thanks.
I'm going to pay 3. I'm going to cast a Pendragon Strongbow.
Uh-oh.
It says I can pay 1 and sacrifice an artifact and give him +1/+1 until the end of turn, and it deals 1 to each opponent.
Does he have haste?
He does not.
Okay.
But I don't have to tap him to do the ability.
Yeah, you just pay mana.
3 mana available to you?
4. I have a treasure.
You have a treasure. Okay. Pain for Ristic.
No.
I think you have to.
I think I
respond
have to. Yeah, that's the problem. So we will
That's lethal on you.
force pitching a factor fiction.
Okay.
You do lose 1 to your force.
Yep.
So this goes to the graveyard. I will then... Yeah, I guess we go for it. I'm going to go for it. 3, sacrifice my treasure for a black.
Mayhem double trigger.
Mayhem Devil Trigger. I'll hit CJ for 1. Attempt to cast a KCI. Cast trigger. I would make another Eldrazi spawn.
And we all take 1.
Ristic.
I can't pay.
Responses to Flesh Raker trigger.
Nope.
I'll make another Eldrazi. It'll enter and y'all take 1. Which you've already kindly done. So KCI resolves?
Yep.
So you loop Mirror Retriever for lethal.
I don't have a loop for it currently.
Yeah, I need something else.
But
It is still a lot of value.
yeah, I can still get a lot right now. I'll sacrifice my Liquid Metal Torque. Actually, I'll sacrifice my Expedition map to my KCI. I will ping CJ for 1.
Gotcha.
I will cast a Lembus. I'm not going to pay.
You can draw.
Cast trigger. I make another Scion.
I'll
ATB,
pay.
you each take 1.
Oh, I got it for you. It's sorry.
Lembus ETB. I'll scry 1 and draw a card. I'll put this on the bottom. Sacrifice the Lembus. It shovels back in.
Mayhem Devil Trigger.
Mayhem Devil Trigger. CJ take 1.
I assumed it was Seb. I was just trying to help him speed his stuff up.
Yep. I have 2 floating. I'll use it to cast a prize statue. I'll make another Eldrazi. It ETBs. You each take 1. I will sacrifice the prize statue to make 3 when it enters, it makes a treasure. I'll sacrifice it to float 2 and make another treasure. CJ take 1 more. I will play with my 2 floating a Mycosynth Wellspring. It's a colorless spell. So I'll make another Eldrazi. It enters. You each take 1. Go ahead. I will then... I'll just sack a treasure to float 1 to ping Zach for 1 this time.
I will respond to the trigger.
I'll have a black floating.
Doesn't matter if I respond to the trigger because you will be able to kill me to respond to my own treasure sacking. Never mind. You know what? I'm going to go out on my own terms. I sack my treasures.
Well, you should only.
If you don't... The problem is if you sack that, I can target other players.
Yeah, because he can just kill you with his on the stack still.
Yeah, that's fair.
Stopping.
Okay. I mean, look, if you want to give me the extra damage, that's fine. All right, so then we go... I have 1 black floating. I'll sacrifice the Mirror Retriever to get back the prize statue. And then I'll cast this with the 2 off the KCI.
You have 1 damage as well.
I make another guy.
And now you can leave
You
that.
each take 1. No, I can't. This can't get things back.
But you sacrifice the Mirror Retriever.
Oh,
Right.
Sorry, yeah.
I can't get things back. I have a black floating still. Then we'll go ahead. I'll sacrifice this prize statue. So I have
Hand
them
double
to...
trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, I assume most are going at EO.
I'll just even it out, Wyatt. This time.
Sure.
I had 1 left. I make 2 treasures from the prize statue, so I'm up to 3. And then I'm just gonna count because this is 3,
4.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Me sack themselves.
10.
Yeah,
lethal?
that's 10.
Yeah.
They can sack themselves.
Do it.
With the mana, because I actually have them. There's
I
actually
just-
still mana.
Dude, steal lethal though with the sack triggers.
Does anyone have mana up?
Nope. I have 1.
You have 1.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll just sack all of those things that I said I would.
All right, target them with sack. I'd like to respond.
Okay.
I'm going to tap and deal 2 damage to Wyatt. So I at least have...
get second.
Second, get second.
My scoop in response.
It's like GG.
Wait, so you're clarifying how you're
Yeah.
doming us real quick?
Yeah. So I have the KCI. It can sacrifice these artifacts. So there is
Mayhem Devil?
4 damage there from the Mayhem Devil. And then these each sacrifice themselves. So there's 3 more. So 7. And then the 6 Eldrazi Scions can sack themselves.
So that's only 13.
That's only 13.
Oh, you're right. Hang on. I should have more in hand. Wow. Let me see then. Because it's not each. You're right, because it's not each. So here's what I'll do instead.
Easy fix.
My apologies. I got a little ahead of myself. We should be fine.
Because it's what? How many we say it was? 13, right?
Yeah.
plus Keskit is 16. And CJ puts me at 8, so you only need 2 more damage.
It's fine. I'm going to
You
activate...
can sacrifice itself, too.
Ah, that's fair. I didn't see that. I'll activate the Keskit. I'll sacrifice the Mycosynth Wellspring and the Liquimetal. Actually, and the Toggo.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2. I'll ping CJ for 2.
Uh-huh.
I need to sack one more thing.
We
So
were a
it'll be
little
this.
Jump the gun, though.
Yeah, my apologies. I will put this command tower in the graveyard.
Because you've at least minimum got a represented lethal in CJ.
Okay, so here's what we do. Ping this, sack, go down to 2 treasures, ping CJ.
Mm-hmm.
Play an underhanded designs with 1 floating. Whenever an artifact enters under my control, I can pay 1. If I do, each opponent loses 1.
If you
Sack
got a
these
couple
for blacks.
Yeah. You should be able to just get enough critical.
Ping CJ twice.
Boop boop.
Okay.
I should have
A lot of colorless.
1 colorless still floating, so I
Because he's
need...
been spending it correct.
Okay. I'll sacrifice this Mind Stone then for 2 more, so that's 3, and then the 2 black. Cast a Worm Coil Larva.
Okay.
I want to be able to pay here. So I will sack these now.
Ping
to do
him for
3
3.
and 3.
Yep. CJ is officially out, and now you just have to finish
And-
me.
I'm not going to pay for the underhanded designs, actually, which is kind of dumb. I'll sack my Worm Coil Larva. It'll make 2 guys, and I'll sack both of those.
So that's me for 3.
And then the last points of damage, I'll equip the rock and then fling it.
No way you're hitting me with a rock is the last thing.
You put a rock in that one.
All right, firstly, I'll say congratulations to Seth for winning today's game, although obviously the game got a little muddy towards the end there. If you were paying close attention, you would notice that I took an extra 3 damage off the Mayhem Devil that I actually shouldn't have, which would have left me at 3 life when he threw a rock at me. Theoretically, he had his KCI and a Great Furnace artifact land that he could have sacrificed to do 2 more damage to me with Mayhem Devil, but I still would have had 1 health left. Granted, I probably would have conceded to him at this point because I didn't have anything meaningful in my hand, and I was at 1. And, following that up, I'd like to go ahead and award this week's MVC to Mayhem Devil. This very obviously sniped the Eternal Witness away from Zach, stopping him from getting value out of it during his attempt at comboing, as well as dealing the lethal damage that Seth needed to close out the game. Hopefully you enjoyed this format. I promise next time it'll be a little more well put together for you, but hopefully you still enjoyed. And if you did, give us a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.